Game, set, and match. Hewitt.
Throughout that whole year, I hadn't focused on trying to get to #1 in the world at all. Hadn't crossed my mind. Not even trying to win a Grand Slam. And then obviously the US Open came along and played fantastic, put myself in a position, finished the year off really strongly as well. And then all of a sudden going into my home end of season Masters Cup, my goal at the start of the year was just to qualify for the top 8, to be there in Sydney. And Pat Rafter and I spoke about that a lot. The opportunity to play in our backyard at a season-ending final was a massive achievement for both of us. And then there was 3 of us in the end that could have, if we won the tournament, we would have ended up world #1. That was Guga was obviously leading, I was #2, and then Agassi was #3. And throughout, I was able to get through my group stage. And the way the matches turned out with points for winning those round robin matches, Guga actually didn't qualify, and I'd beaten Agassi in the round robin as well.
Andre Agassi, a rapid departure.
In the end, on the Friday night, I had to play my good mate Pat Rafter for the #1 position. I was already guaranteed to go through the semi-finals anyway, but with the extra points from winning another round robin match, I would have actually sealed the #1 ranking. And yeah, it was a strange match. Pat and I had to play a Davis Cup final the following week together. I'd looked up to, he was like a big brother to me, Pat, for so many years, and to be out there and looking back on it, I wouldn't have wanted it any other way, to actually share that experience and that moment with Pat, who was a former world #1 as well. It was really special, especially in Sydney.
Yes, Lleyton Hewitt is the world #1.
2 sets to love.
And fitting that it should end with a winning
6-2.
forehand. Tremendous reception for the new world #1. The first Australian ever to end a year as the world #1. The 3rd Australian after Rafter and John Newcombe to reach the heights of the game.
I played Grosjean in the first match of my group stage, and I actually lost the first set. And from then on, I didn't lose another set for the whole week. So I felt like I got better and better as the week went on. And yeah, it really was. Yeah, sitting back, a massive dream, an achievement.
So the remarkable run of Lleyton Hewitt continues. Hewitt and Grosjean meet for the 2nd time.
Do it in Sydney, but not only claim the #1 ranking for the first time in your home country, but also go on to win the Masters Cup.
Game, set, and match.
And for a 2nd year in a row, the world #1 wins the Tennis Masters Cup. The man of the year is Lleyton Hewitt.
Very satisfying to know that all the hard yards and sacrifices that you make, pay off. And just sitting back, and for me there was always the opportunity of playing for Australia and winning Davis Cups and trying to get to the pinnacle of our sport and holding up a Grand Slam trophy. And within a couple of years on tour, I was fortunate enough to have all 3.
A nation of sporting heroes has a new one. Lleyton Hewitt.
I think that's just my personality. I think it's something you're born with, and I think I'm a true competitor out there. It wouldn't matter what I was doing. I want to try and get the absolute best out of myself, and I feel like it's pushed me to keep going and have such a long career.
Hewitt is the champion again.